Broadcaster Pro 2, or B, would pick up a Phantom power converter that will provide more output to the headset.
Yeah.
It will eliminate that issue. It's mainly buzzing because it's not getting enough juice. It needs more juice, Bobby.
More juice.
Dad, I'm gonna eat your ice cream, bro. It's a waste.
More juice, please.
Oh, it's actually really good. Oh god, it's so hot.
All right, we are back now with the delay in place. Big shout out to Alex for catching that one, or our awesome TO inmate. I did set the delay. I just did not enable the delay. So now we are on a 3-minute delay. Players are fully active on the map right now, and looks like we're having a good old time. We are currently following AK-12, one of the top-seeded teams in the league. Throughout open season, they really dominated on pub lobbies. But the question is, are they able to dominate on a private lobby? You know, we all know what pubs are like. We all know how that goes. So it's switched up a little bit now. Now we're on this private tournament server. They're playing against all the other teams, and we have some really good teams playing. So we'll see how well AK-12 does. And the first match the players played, AK-12 was able to... Well, AK-12 picked up 5th place with 3 kills, while 2.5 men took the first place victory with an 11-kill just domination. Team Eskimos coming in 2nd place and picking up a kill in that process as well.
Enemy here.
Multiple quality players, multiple good teams. Fat and Furious, one of the other well-known teams in the league. They have also had quite the presence throughout the open season. Followed along with T-Dubs right now. Surprisingly not seeing T-Dubs on the lifeline. I've had the opportunity to play with T-Dubs quite a bit outside of league play. And I believe he is a lifeline main. But getting out the Horizon and going to put Horizon to work. They're running a very, very popular meta comp right now. With the Verizon, or with Horizon, Valkyrie, and Seer. Something we're seeing right now in basically all the pro leagues. Very popular in North American leagues, primarily, though. Some of the European leagues, we're still seeing Gibraltar's and some of the other champs. They're a little bit more creative with their comps, one could say. Chair Force 1, they landed a little bit further out. Chair Force 1 is one of our favorite teams to tune in and follow. They're kind of like standing up for the family. Daddy Sticks is quite, in fact, the dad of the group. Son Reckoner, I believe, is his kid. And then It's Thumbelina is one of their close friends. But one of the only actual families competing this season. Last season we had like 2 or 3 families, and we're just glad to see, you know, some of them came back and wanted to play more.
Heavy ammo here.
The 49ers, following along with Breaking Bronze here on the Seer, Loopy and Frosty Gobo, they are another team to kind of be reckoned with. 49ers picking up 3rd place on our first tournament server match. Tonight, where we are running the tournament server, there's only 8 teams, however. We're expecting all of our teams to show up tomorrow night or tomorrow evening for the grand finals of our tournament. But tonight's kind of a tester night. They are playing for points. They are still playing for standing. But primarily just kind of testing out running on a tournament server, what it's going to be like, what our ping looks like, and giving us broadcasters the opportunity to get used to things as well. From a broadcaster's perspective, we've only had one other opportunity to host this tournament from a tournament server, and that was in Season 1 for our grand finals, where we were fortunate enough to have a third-party company come in and provide us some support. But this season, It's just us. We're doing this ourselves. We're able to work with EA and the guys over at Respawn and got set up with a nice tournament server, and we're looking forward to kind of keeping this going and being able to do it at a higher frequency. What I can say is our next event, whether it's a league or just a tournament, it will in fact be on a tournament server, and that's pretty exciting. So ideally we'll have 20 Alaskan teams all duking it out on a single map together, and we will truly be able to find out who the top team in Alaska is. Looks like teams did not land on top of each other quite as heavy as they did the first time. Each team's kind of floating around, looting it up. We are still on first circle. We see the circle's going to pull just around countdown area, so teams are starting to make their way that way. We have one team out, Chair Force 1 actually, out at Epicenter, just outside zone. They're going to have to rotate through and get into zone. Something you don't see too frequently is Fragment West actually had just nobody in it. Again, only 8 teams on the map, so perhaps if it was a little bit more full. Okay. Thank you. And there's still music playing too. I could probably take that down a bit. I'll turn that off, and we'll pump up the game volume. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Chat, for those of you out there watching, let me know how we sound and if things are coming together okay. We are very open to feedback right now. We want to be able to put on as good of a show as possible for those who want to tune in to watch some of the finest Apex players in Alaska duking it out for about $1,000 for first place. Or no, yeah, just about. I think it's $900 for first place, for the first place team. And then M8, our other fantastic TO, will be able to fill us in, and we'll make some we'll get that verified by tomorrow. It's already been posted. I just don't remember off the top of my head. It's been 9 weeks or 7 weeks now. So pretty quiet on the map right now. Kind of just floating around from teams. It does look like Zolo got eliminated, though, from Team Eskimos. Team Eskimos pushing into... Yeah, they are in here with the other team. What team is this? And Loopy is down for 49ers. So each team down one player right now. And they might go and try and get a revive, or they might just get a rotate. Breaking Bronze really putting that sniper rifle to work, showing that, you know, ping is no problem. But Loopy going down kind of early, kind of a big deal. So early in the match right now with only 8 teams on the map. They really want to be getting into the final circles with their entire team up. But it does look like 49ers will be able to revive Loopy and it won't be too big of an issue. There we go. Making some volume adjustments. Am I peaking on the mic? Oh, that's not good. That might be really quiet. Okay. We are making some adjustments to the volume, making sure, or trying to make sure it goes as smooth as possible. Loopy jumping back down. Looks like he's going to go ahead and get his loot back and be able to kind of recover and pick up where he left off at. In the meantime, though, the Chair Force 1 is rolling into the backside of what looks like Skyhook. Yeah, so Chair Force 1 rolling into Skyhook. We have TMRT. They are going to be coming in on the edge of the zone, kind of playing that outside edge. Pretty common in tournament play. They are running the Gibraltar, Sear, and Mirage. Interesting. Don't see Mirage a whole lot in competitive play. But if you're good at it and that's your champ, why not bring it out?
I say we move that way.
And it does look like Eskimos, they did roll out of staging. They went on ahead and took zone. They got their res. So both Eskimos and the 49ers are both recovered, got their individual teammates back up, and kind of prepping to go into the next ring. Oh, with a nice pick on that wide armor. And they're going to go ahead and push. Maybe they're going to go for a little bit of chase. 49ers here.
Bad guy over there.
And that was Zolo from Team Eskimos, I believe, who was getting sniped and going up the zip line.
My ultimate is ready.
AK-12, after they lost Williams, they went on ahead and got the res. Rift Hurt getting the res off on Williams. So AK-12, again, they were our top-seeded team. Picked up tons of points every night during the open season in the pub lobbies. There's been a lot of talk in the community Discord about whether or not they will be able to kind of hold on to that dominance that we saw in the open season here on the custom matches or in the custom servers. And we are kind of seeing that as we go. Only one match played by our team so far, and 49ers or AK-12 picked up 5th place, while, like I said, 49ers finished in 3rd. So Chair Force 1 kind of rotating around Skyhook now. They might hit the zip line. They might go up to the Bloodhound area. It looks like they're not going to hit the zip line, but they are going to kind of rotate into was it Landslide? No, Countdown. They are going to find a team who's already sitting at Countdown. That's actually 49ers there.
Over there looks fun.
And we might find a nice little fight here between Chair Force 1 and the 49ers. 49ers are already currently engaged in a fight, though. They are fighting TMRT. Oh, and Shizo picking up a kill, or a knock. Great flank. Another knock on the Seer. And he gets the res on Diablo, who's playing on that Gibraltar right now. Eskimos having to relocate. Looks like they're going to go for a reset. They were able to recover Woolly's beacon, so they're probably going to try and break out and see if they can get a res off. Like I said, with only 8 teams on the map, getting into the final circles, it's imperative that teams go into the fights with their entire team up. You really don't want to have to go into these solo or down a player. I don't believe we have actually seen... Okay, so there has been 1 elimination so far? Oh no, Chair Force 1, 49ers, 2.5 men, and Fat and Furious all have been eliminated now, leaving AK-12, TMRT, and Eskimos on the map.
Agreed. That way. Let's move. Heads up.
So we've had quite a few teams eliminated on the map already, leaving only 3 teams. And they are all fighting right around the Countdown Lava Fisher area. The ring's going to pull right over Lava Fisher, making for a really interesting fight. As so many people know, there's the walkways that go over the lava area, as we're seeing right here below our player, Rift Hurt. You don't want to drop down there. You do take quite a bit of damage, but it will take quite a few ticks for it to actually take you out of the game. Team RT, they are able to get Diablo up. They are getting a nice recovery inside this building here. And Eskimos not able to get Zolo up right now. Looks like they're going to go into this final zone, down 1 player. On top of that, Wooly is sitting on gray armor right now, so kind of a dangerous position to be in. Looks like they're going to opt to rotate out, maybe try and find Wooly some better armor, or maybe they're going to go and see if they can get a recovery on Zolo. Only one res point available on the map right now, though, and Williams is camping here right now. Oh, nice hit with this sniper.
Someone's out there.
AK-12 definitely kind of sitting the most dominant right now. The most armor, great positioning. They are going to have to rotate, however. They're going to have to find circle, but as you can see in front of them, their teammate Williams is already out there scouting. Now they've spotted TMRT behind them. Will they engage it, or will they kind of let it happen?
This could get interesting.
Rift is aiming down sight. Oh, that's Eskimos, rather. They did spot Eskimos. Mr. Chardo not connecting on any of his shots, but taking a ton of damage in the process. Really difficult trying to peek and poke into 3 other players who are all stacked with red armor. Wooly currently outside the zone, trying to get back in the zone before he gets knocked. They are going to be forced right into AK-12. AK-12 actually rotated off, though. Might give them the free rotate in. We have TMRT over here just across the way. They're sitting right in the middle of the zone. Great positioning. They can just kind of sit back and relax right now while the other 2 teams duke it out.
Let us go there.
Williams down below. He's going to try and hit the zip line. Going for some connect shots on the Gibraltar. Does get some connection, but takes a ton of damage from the team, and they're pushing hard right now. AK-12 going in with tons of fury. They want to clean up the other team. Team RT is not sitting in a bad position. Diablo did go down on that. Did not see a Gibraltar shield come out on that push by AK-12. AK-12 still sitting quite comfortably. Team RT just trying to hold off here. Shizzo goes down, and it's all in the hands of Cali Spice, and AK-12 it does pick up the championship on that one. So AK-12 showing up, letting everyone know, hey, they are in it to win it. They dominated in open season, and they plan on dominating on these custom maps as well. Congratulations to them. And we are going to step away and set up our next match. Stick around. Don't go nowhere. All right, we are back. Sorry about the extended delay. We're just having some making some team adjustments and getting some things adjusted. So our we are loading into Storm Point now. And as soon as our teams are loaded in, we'll go ahead and go live with that. But in the meantime, since everyone's been sitting here looking at our lovely sponsor screen, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the awesome sponsors that help make this all possible. Obviously, at the top of the bunch, the number one company in Alaska and in the Matsu Valley, who is the only company who is like absolutely taking gaming seriously and providing the opportunities for our community. And that is, of course, MTA. Having an entire program, allowing us to put on a 7-week, 8-week league and putting up thousands upon thousands of dollars for all of us gamers here. So, big shout out. Thank you, MTA. And then, of course, the sponsors around Alaska and outside of Alaska who are also contributing to make this possible. Monster Energy coming back at it again. We are live streaming from the Sun Mountain Center tonight. And we have a room full of Monster. And a Monster fridge, by the way. Banger Monster fridge that is going to be just loaded with Monsters and available to any spectators that are coming out and showing up tomorrow. So big thank you to Monster Energy for supporting what we're doing and helping keeping us energized and awake through the long, long days of streaming that are coming up for us. And then HyperX. Shout out HyperX's 20th birthday. HyperX, I'm looking at a table full of swag. So for those of you who tune into the stream tomorrow, there's going to be opportunities to, I believe, walk away with some of that swag. And then I believe the gamers are going to have some opportunities there as well. So big shout out to HyperX for hooking it up. They came in fat. I'm seeing headphones. I'm seeing microphones. I'm seeing lots of stuff. And we have man down in production studio right now, falling out of his chairs in just excitement. I don't even know what to say about that. Oh, our teams have jumped into the map. We're going to jump in and follow along. For those of you who heard that crashing sound, that was T.O. Alex taking a spill. Does look like he's going to be okay, though. So, we're on Storm Point here. We do see a little bit of spread on the team. We do have an additional team on the map now. One of the teams who, unfortunately, couldn't show up from the beginning has been able to get loaded in, and they are now present. And we got a nice spread. Right away at Antenna, we're seeing some action. Looks like AK-12 is popping off. And immediately taken down. Not even sure who that was.
Ultimate accelerant here. Great for a tactical advantage.
2.5 men going down immediately by AK-12 at Antenna. So, AK-12 with a strong start. 2.5 men winning the first custom match of the night. They are, I don't know if they're regretting that decision to land hot with them, or if they challenged each other in the Discord beforehand, but AK-12 definitely walked away with a very clean victory on that one. And the three Musketeers, I believe is what they're actually called. TMRT here. Pretty solid team. They've been around the entire league, and I believe they were even with us last season. But they landed pretty far out on the outside of the map, up at the Lightning Rod. And then we have Eskimos here at the command center. They're going to get free loot on the command center. All three of the players picking up blue shields and probably going to get pretty stacked. The one advantage I will say of not a lot of teams on the map, you kind of get a whole area, a whole point of interest to yourself as a team. And as you rotate into some of the final circles, you should be fairly stacked. So it all comes down to who's playing better. AK-12 is just kind of looting now. They have antenna all of themselves. They're going to pick up as much loot as possible. Loba spotting that gold back here in the pillbox and going to go run over there and pick it up. But that is just a shotgun attachment.
Shotgun bolt here. Optics here.
Close range.
Gold Buckle deciding to take a fight by himself. Does get the knock. Very clean. Gold Buckle is really in it to win it. Unfortunately, missing the first 2 matches, he's like, I got to show up and get some points for my team, win some points back, and having a really strong start. Doing tons of damage.
Let's check out that way.
Maneuver to that area.
No trouble here.
And that's Chair Force 1, who is fighting the solo Gold Buckle right now. Already down 1 player. Thumbelina is making a push here. Thumbelina is probably one of the newer players on the league. She's very friendly and always an enjoyable voice to be able, for us to be able to listen to comms. But not a push I would recommend her making. No shields right now. Does provide cover though, so Daddy Sticks can go ahead and get the res on Sun Reckoner. Not bad at all.
Nothing here to strengthen our fight.
Chair Force 1, definitely got to be careful. Gold Buckle is not someone to be taken lightly. Does get the knock on Thumbelina. Like I said, Gold Buckle is a very skilled player. Team Redemption representing his team pretty well. Team Redemption is one of our top seeded teams as well. We'll hop over and look at regular season standings right now though. So the current standings you're seeing on the screen do not include points from tonight. So this was all points totaled coming into tonight. As you see, Redemption, Gold Buckle's team, sitting in a pretty comfortable 4th place. AK-12, like I said, they were just absolutely dominating throughout the season. Many first place wins in the kill race for them. The 3 Musketeers, TMRT on the map tonight. They were our 2nd place team, also doing quite well. Chair Force 1, Ravens, Diamond Links and Straight Drip, they're not even present. Oh, but what happened here? Thumbelina down, Stone Reckoner down. Daddy Sticks is the last one alive for his team. Gold Buckle is working them, showing that he is definitely capable of some solo play.
I'm going there.
Check that out.
You would be wise to follow.
Enemy over there.
Trying to get Gold Buckle's vantage point here. So it's him versus Daddy Sticks, unless Daddy Sticks is able to pull a res off. He's going to go for the roof climb. I'm not sure where Daddy Sticks is right now exactly. Oh, there he is, popping at him with that 30-30. Oh, surprise, surprise. Daddy Sticks was actually right there and able to get the knock on Gold Buckle. But we have another team that immediately comes in and cleans up off of that.
Go there.
AK-12, they heard the shooting taking place. They came in and they cleaned up Chair Force 1 right after Daddy Sticks gets the big knock on Gold Buckle. And now AK-12 shooting at another team that's up on the hill here. Looks like it's possibly Fat and Furious.
I'm going there.
No, it's TMRT. So the 3 Musketeers. And looks like they're fighting AK-49ers. Eskimo's down 1 player right now. They are currently
Let's see what we have over here.
engaged with 49ers. Yep.
You would be wise to follow.
Oh, I guess the people on stream want to see the game that I'm shoutcasting. My bad. Let's go ahead and get the right scene up for everyone. There we go. All right. Now it makes a little bit more sense. Go ahead and look at the match overview real quick. So Chair Force 1 being eliminated. Gold Buckle gets eliminated, even though he was just moments away from picking up 3 kills before getting eliminated. And again, 2.5 men dropped with AK-12 in the middle of antenna, and AK-12 just kind of showed their superiority in that process. Quickly cleaning up 2.5 men and eliminating them from the third match of our night. And it looks like Antenna Shipfall is going to be where we're going to swing in at. Got a couple teams fighting over here at Launchpad, where we've been following along with AK-12. Again, one of our top teams. A lot of skill on this team. Really fun to watch. Richter, one of the returning players from last season. T.A. Williams just picking with that G7 Scout. Very strong gun this season. Oh, taking a lot of charge rifle damage right now.
Saw someone out there. Stay focused.
We do have Diablo up on the edge, pushing, but then Shizumoto on that Bangalore goes in, tries to do some damage. This is our second place team fighting it out right now with our first place team in the league. Diablo going to go ahead and get some damage on the team running away, and it looks like that's going to give them the opportunity to rotate. All teams are just kind of trying to find zone.
Let's go over there.
Really working each other. Three Musketeers. One of the most difficult names to pronounce.
Sniper ammo here.
Dibs.
But Diablo putting in work with that charge rifle.
Let's go over there.
Definitely looking to farm up his shields for his team, it looks like. Everyone on his team sitting at purple shield. Charge rifle, great for farming that shield damage, I will say. AK-12, they are rotating. I'm not sure if they're going to rotate for the flank or if they're just rotating for zone, but they're currently sitting right on zone edge, and now they're gatekeeping. They're actually going to gatekeep TMRT and try and keep them out of zone the best that they can.
Enemy here.
Some pretty good strategy getting deployed here.
Target here.
Is he going to be able to clean it up? Does get the pick. And they go ahead and finish off. And another knock for 3 Musketeers. Diablo, last on his team, does pick up that red shield now. Able to farm a lot of damage, but takes a lot of damage in the process. Rotating out of zone, but they are chasing hard right now. AK-12 wants this, and they are going to go ahead and follow. And then they go ahead and get that elimination. AK-12 eliminating the 3 Musketeers, 3 rat Musketeers, the 3 rats. No, just kidding. TMRT, dominating team this season, so big shout out to them for that. They put up a really good fight. AK-12 and TMRT were duking it out for quite a while there at Launchpad. Fat and Furious, they are very exposed right now, wide open, trying to get the res on T-dubs, but unfortunately, McNasty cannot get the res off. Rebel and McNasty both low on shields. They're just trying to get some side of cover. Nasty does pick up the knock right there, though. And now it is 2v1. Breaking Bronze just trying to hold it off for his team. The really nice Ash play allows him to get the knock. And now it's a 1v1.
Contact with hostile.
McNasty going in with that Gibraltar res, using the shield the best he can.
Let's go there.
And here comes the AK-12. They hear the shooting. They know that this is the last 2 squads fighting, and they are coming in to clean it up. All stacked, all sitting on a lot of shields right now. They're just going to sit back and probably get a pretty easy third party here, and very likely pick up the dub on this one as well. McNasty doing what best he can with what he has. Trying to get a res off. Very exposed right now. Probably going to hit the pad and just get out of there. See if he can get a reset. He is knocked out midair. And now we have 49ers breaking bronze versus the top seed team solo. What will he be able to do? Will he be able to do anything? In comes the Horizon ult. Lots of bombs coming in. And this is going to be very difficult and unable to do it, unfortunately. AK-12 just making light work of this lobby right now, showing that, hey, they might have had a rough first game, but they are every bit as good as they said they were. Picking up another dub on our custom lobbies tonight. Very, very good. Very good. GG to the teams. All right, we are going to set up another match, and we will be right back. Don't go nowhere. And we're back. Teams are loading in for the fourth match of the night on this Friday night. It is a very, very fine Friday night. The Friday night before our grand finals weekend. If you're not tuning in tomorrow and you are a fan of gaming and supporting the Alaska gaming community, then you're doing it wrong. I highly suggest tuning in. Of course, if you're playing, play your games, focus, squad up, play well, and then come watch after your games. But really great matches tonight. Really enjoying watching all the teams play it out. And again, got a shout out to the sponsors that are making all this possible. We have Subway, Sienna, Fury Group, Arctic Comic Con, Dorsey, Iron Dog of Alaska, Rent-A-Geek, Alaska Raceway Park, JSI, F-Secure, Alopex, my favorite company up on the board, of course. Big shout out to all my crew back at Alopex. Big shout out to a very good friend and very good coworker of mine. Just got married last night to a wonderful lady. We were able to attend the wedding, so I have to say it was a really awesome time. So if they're out there watching, was absolutely honored to be at your wedding. It was awesome. But now it's a gaming night.
Hey, we had a disconnect. I don't know how you want to play it. We can just do our best.
This is your champion.
All right, we did. Not all teams were able to join that lobby, so we're going to go ahead and do a match remake. So anyways, like I was saying, we are just about to hop into a match, and we did have a need for a remake, and that does happen. That is just par for course. We're trying to avoid remakes, but unfortunately, teams were still on the jump ship, so no big deal. Quick remake, and we'll get right back into another match. So, again, this is going to be the fourth match of the night. Teams are jumping in on Storm Point. This is going to be our last Storm Point match. We have had quite a bit of requests from the teams since we only have 8 teams currently jumping onto the map tonight on a 20-team map. We're going to do a little, we're going to have some fun. It's not going to be for points, but just because we have access and it's a Friday night and we have some birthdays and, you know, it's a big event weekend, this will most likely be the last 4 points match. And then we're going to switch up the map and we're going to break up the teams. And we are going to have 20 solos jump onto the next map and play solo. All versus all. Absolute chaos. Probably going to be kind of fun, actually. So just waiting for our teams to get readied up here. And then we are going to, you know, hop back into another match. But stick around and don't go nowhere. All right, we do have another team joining the lobby, so just be a minute before we get this next round going. But like I was saying, this will be the last round, 4 points of our open season. So good luck to all the teams. After this match, we will probably do a solo match. Let everyone jump in and play a little solo action. Should be quite a good time. Or we might run one more match. Actually, yeah, we are running one more match. So there will be one more match after this one. Look forward to 2 more matches for points. And then after that, we'll have a little fun and do a all versus all. Waiting on one more player to ready up, 2 more players to ready up, and then we can kick it off. But for all you in chat, I want to give a big shout out. Thank you for hanging out with us all season. For all the returning players and all the returning champions. For the people who come back every week and tune into our live streams. We have been live almost every single night for the last 8 weeks straight, outside of the weekends. We try and cover all 5 of our titles. Monday nights are League of Legends. Tuesday nights are Valorant. Wednesday nights we run Hearthstone. Thursday nights are Rocket League. And Friday nights have been Apex Legends. And let me tell you what, from a TO perspective, as an organizer, it is a lot of work managing 5 titles for 8 weeks. So looking forward to this weekend, but also looking forward to it being over and being able to take a little bit of a break. But I know that there is already events in the works that are going to be announced very shortly, right around the corner. I can anticipate at least another 1 or 2 exhibition events probably right after the holidays. So for all the gamers out there, if you're not a part of the MTA Discord, definitely join our MTA Discord. You can visit mtasolutions.com/esports and go ahead and scroll down and find the link to the Discord. Definitely get in the Discord community. That is where we announce everything. That is how you get all the insider action on what is happening with MTA gaming and, to be quite frank with you, Alaska's biggest gaming event. There are other gaming events, don't get me wrong, and there's very, very good gaming events that take place around this state. But none are quite as big as what we're doing here. The amount of games, the length at which this lasts, again, this is a league. Teams have been showing up once, twice a week, depending on how many titles they're playing and competing in, and playing for the last 7 weeks. The league has been fun. It's a great way to kind of have something to do each week. Come home from work, come home from school, put the kids to bed, eat dinner, hop on and jam out with your friends.
Hey, Bobby, are you good for a question real quick?
All right. And we do have the map loading. It looks like most of our players are getting in this time. And we should be able to watch another game here. In the meantime, let's check out what our friends over at HyperX have to say. Woo! Big shout out to our sponsors, Monster Energy, HyperX, and all the wonderful companies that are helping to make this possible. Again, you've heard it here before, but without them, this does not happen. Every single night, I try to make a point to highlight the symbiotic nature and relationship between the sponsors, the viewers, and the players. All three elements are critical to the growth of our gaming community and being able to continue to put on these events and continue to put on these tournaments. The more people that tune in and watch the stream and support the stream, the more our sponsors like it. The more our sponsors like it, the more that they sponsor, and the more that they sponsor, the more tournaments we can have. So, it is important from all aspects, and we thank each and every one of you for being a part of it. But guess what? Our teams have jumped in. They are getting ready to land, and we are gonna hop in and watch. Let's go. Currently, we're with 2.5 men who are dropping over at the launch pad. Launch pad's a pretty safe spot, but it looks like they are landing with one additional team. No, it looks like they are landing solo this time. They're going to go ahead and not engage AK-49ers right away and potentially get a good rotate for themselves. Definitely a good team. I've had the opportunity to run with quite a few of them. Really enjoy it. Really good players. But there has been some heated competition. Let me tell you what. Everyone feels like they, when you lose, it just doesn't feel good. And one of the greatest things about our tournaments and these events is everyone's going to get the opportunity to lose. That is for sure. Not every team gets the opportunity to win, but every single team who plays gets the opportunity to lose. And it's okay. It's part of it. Losing humbly is the difference between being what's the best way I can put it? It's the difference between being respectable and being someone that no one wants to play with, you know? But looks like so far all the teams we had a bunch of solo landings. Teams are just kind of rotating, getting some loot. Looks like the zone is going to pull right in the middle, so very central of the map zone. And it looks like the closest thing we have to a potential fight here is over with Gold Buckle and Team Redemption. They are right on the edge of playing with, they're right on the edge of Chair Force 1, one of the solid teams that we had the opportunity to tune into some of their comms over the season. Talk about some good comms. Talk about some fun things to watch. But Thumbelina is going down right now, getting finished. Does get taken out.
Use the gravity cannon there.
Chair Force 1 losing Thumbelina pretty early. They're still looting. Looks like Daddy Sticks is quite a way away from the rest of his team. Maybe this is part of their strategy. They wanted to kind of land spread out. That way no individual, or that way the entire team doesn't essentially get eliminated right away. I really appreciate their strategies. I appreciate the way they come in and play. They are playing for fun. And I like that. I welcome that. I wish, honestly, more teams would join just for fun, just because we don't get to do this often in here in Alaska. And honestly, it's a team game. So even if you're kind of a mid player, if playing silver, bronze, or gold tier, if you come in here and you have very good communications and work really well and have nice synergy with your team, this is a game that you can still place high in. There is absolutely strategy that can be deployed that prevents you from being cut off. There's a lot of skill involved, but if you deploy some good strategy, you could still finish, in the top 5 almost every game. And that's picking up points. That leaves you in contention throughout the season. So I encourage teams to sign up. Even if you don't believe you would be fighting for first, you could definitely be fighting for third still. And a win's a win. There's cash, you know. There's prizes for all, or there's potential prizes for all players. Not guaranteed, potential. But also, like I was saying earlier, it's something to do. For 7 weeks, players have shown up. They've played.
Standard stock here.
They've had fun. They've gotten to meet other gamers. I've been fortunate enough to meet so many of them, hop on the maps and play outside of league time with them. I've gotten to know quite a few of the players. A lot of really, really good people. These are our friends. These are our neighbors. These are our families. We have players from the very, very tippy top of Alaska all the way down to the Panhandle and well into the Aleutians. If you're not in Alaska and you're tuning in right now, you probably know Alaska is ginormous. It's giant. It is the largest state in our union. I know Texas sometimes thinks they're big, but no, sorry. Alaska is a giant state with so much land, so much space in between our towns and villages. And, you know, MTA being a very large ISP in our state, they are helping to bridge the gap. And this gaming event is one method in which we're doing so. This gaming event brings together the communities from all across Alaska, brings together players and teams from all across Alaska, and gives them the opportunity to meet here on one central map and try and figure out, hey, who's the best team in Alaska? Now, we will be crowning a first place champion tomorrow afternoon, and we will be calling that team the best team in Alaska. But maybe there's a better team that did not show up. There very well could be better players who are just not here. They didn't hear about the tournament. So we got to let them know. We got to get them here. We got to get people signed up and to come play. And like I said, how do you do that? www.mtasolutions.com/esports. Hop on the website, look for our announcements, join our Discord, and I hope to see you at the next tournament.
Enemies have been here. We may be able to track them.
So, none of the teams are really finding a ton of action early on. We have lost two teams. Oh, Eskimos were eliminated. AK-12 were also eliminated. Missed both those fights, unfortunately. Sorry. But Redemption's still in it with the two players actually picking up a kill along the way. And TMRT, look at them sitting in first place right now on the map with 6 kills. So, very good to them. I imagine they're the ones who eliminated AK-12 and Eskimos. That would add up. So, might be seeing a little bit of a change. Might not see AK-12 walk away with all 4 tonight. Oh, actually, they already did not win the first one. But they were able to pick up the last 2. So, will they be able to pick up the 4th one, or will we see our second place seed team picking this one up?
Alert. Threat detected.
But they're going to go ahead in the bunker here and get some loot. Now, if you don't know, all the loot in these bunkers are smart loot. So, when they pull boxes open after the end of the event, you are being given loot based on what your current loadout is. So, definitely a great way to kind of pick up all the accessories needed for the guns, for whatever your loadout is. Even if you don't have all the accessories that you need for your loadout, you can still get your favorite loadout, come here, and get it all equipped, and all the accessories that you need. Shizumoto just running back and forth, putting that Havoc to work. Probably hoping for the turbocharger. Havoc, a very, very strong weapon this season. Slap a turbocharger on it, and ooh, it's scary. One of the things about the Havoc, it has pretty decent control at a mid to long range. But that close game hip fire, it is dirty and it does some damage. So, They're finishing up the bunker event. They are going to go ahead and grab all that smart loot.
Let's go over there.
Please
Probably hit the jump pad and go for a good rotate. Looks like this final ring is going to be right between Command Center and the Stormcatcher. Already 3 teams kind of lining up around Stormcatcher here. We have 2.5 men sitting up on the Stormcatcher building. Pretty common. If you are familiar with pubs, you know that this building right here is typically one of those hot spots. Landing here, it's gonna be almost a guaranteed fight on a full map.
Let's explore over there.
Redemption, playing a little slower. Definitely trying to pick up as much placement points as they can, being down 1 player. On our second match or third match of the night, Goldbuckle did put an entire match by himself, and so much credit goes to Goldbuckle. Played very, very well. Really tried to pick up some points for his team. Was really showing that he has some solo potential. Redemption is definitely a good team. We expect to see them really show up tomorrow and play their hearts out. If you are not currently playing right now, or you missed the opportunity to join the Apex League and you're tuning in right now, you can join our teams tomorrow on the map. It would be for fun. You would not be playing for points. You would not be in contention for any of the prizing, but you can come play on the custom match with us. We'd actually appreciate as many teams joining as possible. We want these lobbies to be as full as possible. We all know a full lobby makes for a good time. And so far, the word I'm hearing is, Bobby, tonight's been a lot of fun. It is awesome being able to play on these tournament servers. And we are stoked to be able to have that. So Redemption doing some damage. Looks like they were fighting... Who was that? Redemption fighting against... Who is this team right here? 2.5 men. Okay. Oh, no. That's the wrong fight. Redemption is fighting against Fat and Furious. So Fat and Furious and Redemption getting into it just outside zone. Both these teams have quite a ways to go, though. They get ring. So they're either going to have to commit to this fight and clean it up or start rotating in and covering their butts on the way out.
I've got an Evo shield here. It's cool.
Team RT inside Command Center right now. Diablo switching off the Gibraltar, opting for the Pathfinder.
Close range.
One thing that we've seen from almost every team tonight, though, is the Seer. Seer is such a strong champ in the meta, providing so much vision. That ultimate is so strong, so strong. We've had lots of conversations in the Discords throughout the week and throughout the weeks. Almost every night, teams kind of hang out in Discord after we debrief a little bit. We chat about it. We some friendly competitive talk taking place. But it looks like Redemption and Fat and Furious are still poking at each other, still giving each other a hard time. And that zone is going to slowly start creeping in on them. Rebel not hitting those wingman shots, taking a ton of damage, but no big deal. 5 batteries in the bag. You're going to be able to get a full recovery and a full reset. Now, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream when we first kicked this off, you missed me saying that I have had the opportunity to play with a lot of these players. McNasty and T-Dubs here are 2 players that I've actually played quite a bit with. And I really, really enjoy playing with them. They're good players. They're fun guys. Having a good old time. If I was not a tournament organizer, if I was not shoutcasting, if I was not pushing all the buttons right now, I would definitely be playing in this tournament. I would have so much fun. I've even thought about potentially sitting out one just so I could form a team and play. I got some friends who are all locals. We hop on and get a squad going pretty frequently. Arguably, I am a little bit more serious than them, but we don't have kids, and both of them are family men with kids, so Time is of the essence. But Fat and Furious, Redemption,
Shield
they
battery here.
split off of each other. They quit poking at each other, and they both rotate for zone. And it looks like they get a pretty good zone positioning just outside of the Stormcatcher here. Now we know we have a couple other teams up on the Stormcatcher itself. Chair Force 1 still in it, proving that they're not going to go out quite as fast tonight. There's a word for what they're doing. We call that ratting. Not necessarily a bad thing. It is a strategy, and it is a strategy that gets you, that allows you to get into the top brackets. And sometimes that's what you have to do. They did lose one of their players very, very early on. I believe they were intentionally going for a split strategy. That way, their team wouldn't get landed on and just taken out immediately. But oh, it does look like Redemption actually did get eliminated. Fat and Furious doesn't have any points on the board, so it looks like they must have ran into TMRT, and TMRT cleaned them up, sitting at currently 8 kills, putting Redemption, Eskimos, and AK-12 out. AK-12 being our consistent winner for the last 2 matches. They one of the first teams out, really slowing down the pace, I think, for a lot of the teams. Daddy Sticks does get knocked though. Stone Reckoner is just kind of hanging out here, hiding in this bush, trying to avoid the fight, hoping to stay in it a little bit longer. 49ers currently fighting with, I believe it is, yeah, Fat and Furious. And 2.5 men. 2.5 men with the high point advantage on the Stormcatcher here. All teams really just playing well, trying to have a good time. A lot of good friendly banter taking place in between matches. I hope each and every single one of these teams come back and play in the future tournaments. I don't anticipate us having to run a pubs kill race tournament again. So we'll be seeing a lot more of these tournament server private matches as long as our friends over at EA continue to support us. But if you haven't heard, it is ALGS weekend. So if once you're done tuning in to our fine stream tomorrow afternoon, I highly encourage you to go tune into the ALGS. Take a look at what's going on there. Those are the best of the best in North America, duking it out to establish who is the best in North America. All the best teams, Complexity, TSM, more teams than that. Those are full maps, but definitely check out LGS. Always good, always fun. We'll most likely be hosting a watch party, not this weekend, but next weekend, right here in Discord. So if you are not in our Discord, definitely tune in, definitely watch. And we're just going to sit back and watch these teams for a few minutes while I go and help out some players who are requesting my assistance. Well, everybody, it is 10:20. We are already 20 minutes past our normal league night, but we are just having such a good time. But that is going to do it for tonight. Big thank you to all the teams for coming out and playing tonight. Big thank you for all the teams who just showed up each week for the last 7 weeks. We've had a great time. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. The stream will go live at noon. We will be featuring League of Legends first, where we find out who the top 3 teams from our League of Legends league are. And then we will be taking a little bit of a break. We'll have some post-game interviews, and then we'll be hopping right into more Apex Legends. So, tune in tomorrow. Big thank you to all the sponsors. Big thank you to MTA. And big thank you to everyone who hung out and chat tonight. Have a great evening. Goodbye.